Welcome to The Explainer. We're about to tackle a topic that gets pretty much everyone, procrastination. But we're going to look at it through a lens you have probably never considered before. So let's just start with this powerful idea. Because what if the way we've all been fighting procrastination is just completely wrong? What if all that effort to be more disciplined, to just power through, has actually been making the problem worse? So by the end of this, you are going to have a totally new framework, one that targets the real cause of procrastination, not just the symptoms. We're going to move way beyond simple tips about time management and really uncover what's happening inside your brain. And trust me, this isn't about discipline, it's about something so much more powerful. Okay, let's dive right into our first big idea. Procrastination is not about laziness, it's about fear. Seriously, this is the real reason we delay, and understanding this one single concept is where everything starts to change. I mean, think about it. Most of us were taught to see it this way, right? As a simple issue of being lazy or disorganized. So we beat ourselves up. We think, why can't I just do it? What is wrong with me? So here is the crucial point. What if your brain isn't being lazy at all? What if it's actually trying to protect you? It's not a bug, it's a feature, but one that's kind of misfiring in our modern world. It is trying to keep you safe. But, safe from what? Well, it's not the task itself that you're avoiding, it's the negative emotions that the task brings up. It's the fear that you might fail, that you'll be judged, or that you'll discover you're not as good as you hope you are. That task becomes this big, scary test you're terrified you might not pass. And this is the trap. Your brain is weighing the emotional cost of doing the task versus avoiding it. And in that moment, avoidance always feels safer. So you get this little hit of temporary relief, but it just pushes the stress and the anxiety further down the road, where of course it just grows even bigger. So if procrastination is all about emotion, what does that actually look like inside our heads? Let's get into a little bit of the brain science here to understand the real mechanics at play. Now, what's really fascinating is this discovery from researchers at Case Western Reserve University. They found that, at its core, procrastination isn't a time management problem at all, it's an emotion regulation problem. I mean, you can have the perfect planner, every productivity app under the sun, but you'll still procrastinate if you haven't dealt with the emotional discomfort that's driving it. And the data totally backs this up. Studies have shown that people with high anxiety procrastinate a whopping 40% more than people with lower anxiety. And it's not because they're less capable, it's because they're more afraid. The emotional stakes just feel so much higher. When those negative emotions run high, your brain's primal safety system, the amygdala, it just hijacks the show. It basically shuts down your prefrontal cortex, which is the part that handles logic and long-term planning. The amygdala really only has one job: keep you safe right now, not successful later. So what do? You reach for anything that gives you that immediate emotional relief. So if this is an emotional problem, how in the world do we solve it? Well, the traditional advice to just be more disciplined obviously doesn't work, because you can't just think your way out of an emotional problem. The real solution, the compassion solution, is surprisingly gentle, and it goes against pretty much everything we've been taught about pushing through. This right here, this is the truth that changes everything. You're not lazy. You're not flawed. The problem isn't you. It's the strategy you've been using. You've just been treating this symptom, the delay, instead of the cause, which is the emotional threat. Yeah, beating yourself up for procrastinating, it's literally like pouring gasoline on a fire. All that self-criticism just activates your brain's threat response even more. But self-compassion, it does the exact opposite. It calms that system down, and it creates the emotional safety you need to even consider taking action. So here it is, a practical 3-step action system that actually works with your emotions instead of against them. First, you name the emotion. Get specific. Not just I feel bad, but I feel anxious about being judged. Second, you shrink the task until it's so small it's not threatening anymore. And third, you reward the attempt, not the final outcome. This is how you start to rewire that entire process. All right, let's talk about your first step. We're going to make this super concrete and actionable so you can use this framework the very next time you feel that pull to delay something important. This is a massive shift in mindset, okay? You're not trying to conquer the whole mountain. You're just trying to take one single step. The whole idea is to shrink the task until your brain just doesn't see it as a threat anymore. And these examples show you just how absurdly small that first action needs to be. It should feel almost laughably easy. The goal isn't to finish the report, it's just to open the document. You're just aiming for a tiny win that proves to your brain that, hey, this task isn't as scary as it seemed. And honestly, a lot of the time, that's all it takes to break the spell. You know, when you stop fighting procrastination and you actually start listening to it, you get some really valuable information. It's telling you something. Maybe the task doesn't align with your values, maybe you're secretly afraid of success, or maybe you just need more support. It's data. And this is the final crucial thought I want to leave you with. It's a paradox, right? You procrastinate because you care, not because you don't. Think about it for a second. You don't put off things that are meaningless to you. The very act of procrastinating is proof that the task is important. The emotional stakes are high because you care so deeply about the outcome. The work just gets so much easier when you stop fighting yourself and you start with compassion. It's not about becoming some kind of productivity machine. It's about becoming someone who doesn't waste their energy being their own enemy. So what's your first step?